most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm Jack.
I'm Jack to the test!
Get over here, Nick.
Right then, guys, welcome in. Much going on in the world at the minute? No? Okay. Carry on. Right, welcome in. Hope everyone's having a brilliant start to the week as we review the Bitcoin action for the coming 24-48 hours. Okay. China trade deals done. Is it already baked in? Okay, and we're looking for higher time frame liquidity grabs to a sell in May event again, or is any dip in price across risk assets merely a pullback for trend continuation? That's what we'll have a look at today with you. Okay, so yesterday we had some sell absorption going on in the market over the weekend. If bears were fighting for short or hedge positions over the weekend, they had to bear with all of this grinding price action up into here. But 106k was always going to be the invalidation coming into Monday's US session, and we actually got that Monday high quite early on in the day, actually about 2 hours before start of the US session. So interesting to see that Monday high put in 105.803 depending on the exchange there, and we start to rotate down. Okay, so what we need to consider now is, are we done here? Okay, or are we going to get trend continuations? Are the bulls truly back and we BTFD again, by the fucking dip again? What has to be said is that really the bulls have been back for a long time, to be honest. Bitcoin bulls are back. That was 13 days ago. We had some amazing levels and great opportunities to trade over the last couple of weeks as the market has been aggressively green, hasn't it? Okay. Jump into the YouTube channel and subscribe and like for all your good content like TRDR tutorials and deep house and lo-fi work, trade and coding music. Thought I'd drop that in there, right? But yeah, so what we need to consider now is, okay, so these pullbacks, are we on trend, okay? Or do we need to be a little bit more cautionary after we have had, yeah, a few weeks of green and up only? Tech stocks absolutely gapping up yesterday as well. I was watching Tesla, that gapped up a good 3 or 4%. So, you know, let's consider the levels. Let's dive into TradingView before we jump into the trader console and have a look at the all-important bid and ask and order flow. Right then, guys, just some TradingView levels. We can keep this very simple and quick at the minute. We can see that the trend is uponly.com and has been for a while, okay? Range, trend, range, trend. Do we consider this a pullback? Okay, I'm not a trendline trader, but do we consider this a pullback now? And we need to just seek a little bit of demand in some of these lower zones, okay? Or is this it? Are we going for a little bit more higher time frame liquidity push? We've got an order block up there at 108. We do have some sell offers up there at 108 to 110 as well in the trader console. Okay, for me personally, trend is your friend at the minute. I'm going to treat this as a trend until proved wrong. Okay, bears are probably already taken a little bit of a glory lap after getting a few percent pullback there, but did they catch the meat on the bone of the higher time frame trend? Probably not. Things to consider are, when we look at the trader console, okay, is I'm seeing some levels a little bit lower, and as you see this 1 hour trend here, I'm not really a trendline trader, but what I would consider is a deeper cut below here. Okay, really go find some demand, get the bears even more frothy, and then pull it back up, back onto trend, and then run and gun. I would certainly consider that. But if we do find some bid here in this lower range here, not really in a range, if you consider what we're like last week. So that was last week on Tuesday. Okay, we were looking for those Monday lows to get swept. We got them swept on Tuesday in the live session, bang, uponly.com. So we're not quite in a range right here, right now. We look like we're going for a little bit of trend continuation, but it does need confirming, it has to be said. Okay, so not going to dive too much into altcoins at the minute. Join us in the live session a little bit later on and we can have a look at a few altcoins, but certainly some altcoins still looking very good. Some are still in their ranges, battling to break the highs of the ranges. Some like SolSu and others absolutely just, you know, trending very strong. I think we need to go and look at the AllSeeing the trader console. Let's dive into that now.
Well, in my book, you either do it right or you get eliminated.
Here we go then, guys. Trader console. Grab a link from below for a free trial. If you need some more in-depth education, go and have a look at the Academy, the docs page, and the Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course. Just present you with a very clean top-level chart that I use on a daily basis here. Big boy Bitcoin in the top right there. You can see those top levels. Okay, there's spot absorption there, and then a wick to take those top levels there and back down. Su, very nice chart as well. Some demand coming in at these lows at 3.8, and Sol as well. Very good demand coming in at this 165 level. If big boy Bitcoin can hold his water. 100k level on Bitcoin has been pulled. The biggest top level you have at the minute is 97k, okay? Even SUSDT, very, very nice 4-hour chart. Had some spot selling yesterday, okay? So spot selling yesterday. Anyone playing shorts for scalps or day trade yesterday, very, very valid, okay? But just please appreciate at the minute, you are counter trend, okay? So grab a couple of percent. Chill, okay, and maybe have a look for if we're going to hit some more demand zones, okay? But SUSDT, which is Sonic, previously FTM, very, very nice chart, coming into a little bit of demand now. So let's have a look at Bitcoin then, on a full window. Okay, so here we are on Bitcoin. So there's our Monday high. No invalidation if anyone was showing over that 106 level. Few exchanges kept the pressure up yesterday, notably Bitstamp, okay? Coinbase Pro had some pressure going into there yesterday, but really you want to keep an eye on some of the biggest markets. That's Binance Spot and Binance Pep. So Monday high, Monday low. So considering the Monday low, okay, if we get a sweep there and we get some bid on there like we did last week, absolute classic TA trade back up, but it has to be considered that our largest level at the minute is down at 97k. That would potentially give us a deviation off that 4-hour and 1-hour trend that we just looked at in TradingView. If you get some demand that back there, I wouldn't be fearful. I would certainly long that back up. What do you look for down there as well? Bullish CVD divergences, all the good stuff, okay? So not much to speak of right here, right now, okay? CPI, I believe we've got today or tomorrow, okay? Check local timings for that. I don't think it's going to have an effect on Bitcoin too much, okay? Get your levels marked. We need a little bit more bid in the market at the minute. At the minute, 200 mil aggregated bid depth at the minute, okay? Multiple exchanges, not too interested, okay? Kraken have got a little bit of bid. They bid those Monday lows yesterday on USDT and USD. Qcoin not too interested. Bitstamp have got a bit of bid. Coinbase Pro levels down there 97 and 95.5, okay? So any deeper cut for any reason, you're looking at a deviation off that trend and down into these levels. It would still be classed as a pullback on higher time frame trades, okay? But that is a nice level. Perpetuals market, not a lot to see. We've still got some bid depth. We lost the bid depth a little bit yesterday and it went into the 5 to 10% region. We've still got a bit of bid depth here. Bear in mind it's 2.5 to 5% away, okay? Price looked a little bit pinned here between that 101 and the 104 level straight away. So European session right now, a little bit of chop. Watch for those Monday lows. If you're going to trade the Monday lows, you need some aggressive bid to come in, okay? Otherwise, I believe, yes, you could just be up for a little bit of a lower pullback, okay? Couple of altcoins just to bear in mind. Su, looking very nice, getting some nice bid, and actually one of the best charts out there if you consider the trend it's been on. Bid that, okay? Possible TP there, one, and then you absolutely blast up. Trend continuation there from the lows of the range, and then TP here as well, and I believe Sol was a little bit like that yesterday as well, okay? So Sol has been a really nice chart, absolutely destroying supply, and I think at this 180 level, it was an area that, you know, potentially you wanted to have a look at a little bit of TP, especially if you are day trading and the like. All right, guys, so join us in the live session a little bit later on. We're pulling back. We need some demand in the market. Monday lows here. Get your levels marked. We need some demand in the market if you believe we are going to push any higher for trend continuation. All right, guys. Join us later. See you there. Cheers.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat. That's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?